In a world that never stops, where every moment is filled with noise, distractions, and constant stimuli, there lies a secret, a powerful, transformative secret that often goes unnoticed. It's the kind of secret that doesn't involve a loud declaration or a dramatic change in your external world. No, this secret is found in the subtle, profound quiet of silence. But what if I told you that within this silence lies the power to unlock the universe? The ability to break free from the chains that bind you, emotionally, mentally, and energetically? What if silence could open doors that you thought were forever closed, revealing a reality beyond what you've ever imagined? The truth is, it can. Let's explore how the science of silence, when applied consciously, can change the course of your life. At the very core of the universe, energy is the foundational element of existence. Everything around us is a manifestation of energy in motion, from the most complex structures to the tiniest subatomic particles. Our thoughts, feelings, and actions are all expressions of this energy, vibrantly interacting with the world around us. The universe does not function according to randomness, but rather through patterns and frequencies, each piece of energy carrying a unique vibration that influences everything it comes into contact with. This connection between energy and our ability to manifest a new reality is crucial, and understanding how to harness and direct this energy is key to shaping the life we desire. When you direct your focus and attention towards something, you're essentially sending out energy that begins to influence the world around you. Every thought, emotion, and action carries a certain level of energy, and when we focus on a particular thought or feeling, we amplify that energy. This is why it's possible to feel consumed by negative emotions, because when you give your attention to something, it grows. Whether it's frustration, resentment, or fear, these emotions, once they have your attention, tend to expand and dominate your energy field. The critical insight here is recognizing that attention is the key currency in the universe. Energy flows where attention goes. This means that the more energy you pour into a thought or emotion, the more you amplify it, and the more it begins to shape your reality. Whether consciously or unconsciously, we are all co-creators of our experiences through the direction of our energy. The simple act of shifting your focus from something that drains you to something that uplifts you has the power to shift the course of your life. Think of your life as a vast interconnected network, where every relationship, every experience, every belief, and every emotion forms an energetic connection that binds you to the world around you. These connections are not physical. They are invisible threads of energy that run through you and link you to everything in your environment. Every time you interact with someone, have an emotional response, or reinforce a belief, you strengthen these energetic ties. Over time, some of these bonds may become heavy with negative emotions, unresolved conflicts, or limiting beliefs, and they begin to weigh on your energy. Imagine these energetic connections as fields of energy that extend from you and connect you to specific people, situations, and experiences. Every time you react emotionally to a person or event, whether in anger, fear, or sadness, you are feeding energy into these invisible threads. The more you feed these connections, the stronger they become, and the more difficult it becomes to break free from them. This is why many people find themselves trapped in cycles of behavior, struggling with old wounds or repeating patterns in their relationships and work life. The emotional charge tied to these bonds keeps them bound to the past, to their old identity, and to situations they no longer wish to experience. These bonds are not just mental, they are energetic. They hold you in place, limiting your ability to move forward and experience the life you truly desire. But here's the good news. You have the power to break these energetic bonds. The key lies in your ability to shift your attention and energy. By intentionally directing your focus away from these negative connections, you begin to unravel the energetic threads that tie you to the past. The act of disengaging emotionally and mentally from old experiences is the first step in freeing your energy to create new, more empowering connections. How do you break these bonds? It begins with presence, particularly through the practice of silence. In silence, you create space between you and your old emotional patterns, allowing the energetic connections to dissolve. When you stop feeding these bonds with your attention, they lose their strength. This is why silence, both physical and mental, is such a powerful tool in your personal transformation. It is in the stillness of silence that you reclaim your energy, shifting it from the past into the present moment and preparing the way for new possibilities. We live most of our lives tied to our old identities, which are shaped by our past experiences, beliefs, and habitual emotions. Our sense of self is largely constructed from everything we've ever thought, felt, or experienced. These elements form the basis of how we see ourselves and the world around us. But here's the challenge. If you remain attached to these past experiences and beliefs, they continue to define who you are. They reinforce your old identity and keep you locked in a cycle of sameness. Presence is the key to breaking free from the constraints of your past. However, it's not just any presence. It's the presence that comes from being deeply connected to the present moment in silence. When you sit in silence, you are not simply pausing the noise of the world. You are also giving yourself the opportunity to disconnect from the habitual thoughts and emotional responses that have defined you up to this point. Consider this: your identity is not a fixed entity. It's a fluid construct, constantly evolving based on the energy you put into it. The more you hold onto your past experiences, the more you define yourself by them. But when you step into silence, you step outside of your habitual patterns and allow your true essence to emerge. Silence is the space where the old you begins to dissolve, and in that space, a new version of yourself can emerge. It is in the stillness of presence that you can start to redefine who you are. This process is not immediate, nor is it easy. It requires patience and practice. But with every moment of silence, every breath that connects you to the present, you begin to peel away the layers of your old identity. As you do so, you create room for something new to enter. A new way of being, a new way of thinking, a new energy that aligns with the future you desire. The autonomic nervous system, ANS, is a crucial component in understanding how transformation occurs at the physiological level. ANS regulates involuntary bodily functions such as heart rate, respiration, digestion, and the fight or flight response. But beyond these basic functions, the ANS also plays a critical role in how we process stress, emotions, and past trauma. When we experience stress or emotional turmoil, the ANS responds by activating the sympathetic nervous system, SNS, triggering a fight or flight reaction that floods the body with adrenaline and cortisol. This response, while necessary for survival in dangerous situations, becomes problematic when activated too frequently or in response to non-life-threatening situations. Over time, prolonged stress and emotional imbalance can lead to chronic health issues, fatigue, and an inability to heal from past emotional wounds. However, through the practice of silence and meditation, we can shift the balance within the autonomic nervous system. When we meditate or sit in silence, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, PNS, which is responsible for calming the body and restoring balance. This shift allows the body to move out of a state of stress and into a state of relaxation and healing. In this state, the body's energy systems begin to align, and the nervous system is able to repair the damage caused by years of emotional distress. This process of moving into coherence, where the heart and brain are aligned, is essential for reprogramming the body's response to stress, pain, and emotional triggers. In this state of alignment, the body is better equipped to heal and let go of old emotional patterns. The more you practice this state of relaxation and coherence, the more your energy shifts, allowing you to break free from the old patterns that once held you captive. Transformation is not an event, it is a process. It requires dedication, practice, and the willingness to release what no longer serves you. As you move through this journey, you may find yourself encountering moments of resistance, moments when the past seems to have a strong pull on you. This is normal. The process of transformation is not linear, and it may take time for the energy shifts to become noticeable. However, with consistent practice of silence and presence, you will begin to notice that the old emotional bonds, the energetic ties that once held you, begin to weaken. The past loses its grip on you, and your energy becomes free to create a new future. As you continue to reclaim your energy through silence and presence, you begin to shift your frequency. You stop feeding the old emotional patterns and start aligning with the energy of possibility. This shift may take time, but each moment of presence, each moment of stillness, contributes to your transformation. Eventually, you will find that the energy you once poured into negative emotions and past experiences is now directed toward creating a new reality. Your attention becomes a powerful tool for manifestation, and the world around you begins to reflect the energy you are now emitting. This is the power of reclaiming your energy and using it to align with the future you desire. At the heart of everything, there's a simple, profound truth. Energy is not just movement, it is information. Every aspect of the universe is made up of energy, and with this energy comes information. The chair you're sitting on, the thoughts you're thinking, the people you interact with, they all vibrate at unique frequencies, carrying specific types of information. So, when we talk about energy, we're also talking about the transmission of information. In this context, the energy you emit is not just a reflection of your current state. It is also shaping the reality around you. Think of it like this: everything that you think, feel, and experience is creating an information field. This field radiates out into the world and interacts with other fields, influencing the events, people, and circumstances you encounter. What you choose to focus on, feel, and direct your attention toward directly impacts the frequency of the energy you're emitting, which in turn influences the information you attract. When you practice silence, particularly through meditation, you engage in a powerful process of recalibrating your energetic state. Meditation allows you to step away from the habitual patterns of thought that have defined you for so long. These habitual thoughts, especially those rooted in fear, negativity, or limitation, are frequencies of information you constantly emit. They influence how you perceive the world and how you interact with it. In silence, you stop feeding these old energetic patterns. You disconnect from the constant noise of your mind that keeps you tethered to past experiences, old emotional wounds, and self-limiting beliefs. This disconnection allows you to access a higher level of awareness, a space where new information can flow in. The energy you begin to emit in this quiet state is no longer tied to the past but is aligned with a new reality you are creating in the present. The more you practice this shift in focus, the more you change your frequency. The energy that once vibrated with fear, lack, or resentment is replaced by a frequency of love, abundance, and possibility. In this new energetic state, your vibration aligns with higher, more expansive opportunities. You are no longer attracting experiences that mirror your past struggles, but instead, you begin to attract new possibilities that align with the elevated energy you're sending out. This shift in frequency doesn't just happen on an intellectual level, it happens on a deep, cellular level. Your body, your mind, and your spirit are all interconnected. By changing one aspect, such as the energy you emit, you create ripple effects that influence the entire system. The law of attraction teaches us that like attracts like. This isn't just a metaphor, it's an energetic principle. When you shift your frequency, you essentially recalibrate your vibrational state. You begin emitting a higher frequency, which means you become a match for higher frequency experiences. This includes the people you meet, the opportunities that come your way, and the events that unfold in your life. The universe responds to the frequencies we emit. It's like a radio station. When you tune into a particular frequency, you begin to receive signals that are aligned with that frequency. If you are tuned into a frequency of scarcity, for example, you will attract experiences that reinforce that scarcity. However, when you shift your frequency to one of abundance, you begin to attract experiences that align with that abundance. It's not about magic. It's about understanding that everything in the universe, from the smallest particles to the largest galaxies, operates according to the principles of energy and information. When you shift your energetic vibration, you send out a new signal, one that the universe can respond to. This is why it's so powerful to shift your attention and your energy toward what you want to manifest, rather than focusing on what you don't want. Let's take a deeper dive into the science behind this transformation. The universe, as we understand it, is a vast field of energy and information. Quantum physics has demonstrated that the very fabric of reality is made up of energy that can change and transform depending on how it is observed and interacted with. The energy that makes up everything, people, objects, thoughts, and even emotions, is not fixed. It is in constant motion, vibrating at different frequencies. Your thoughts and emotions, as part of this energetic field, also vibrate at specific frequencies. When you focus your attention on something, you direct your energy toward it, influencing the frequency you're emitting. For example, let's say you're constantly thinking about a financial struggle. The thoughts you think create a specific energetic frequency, one that is aligned with scarcity and limitation. This frequency vibrates with information about scarcity and limitation, and as a result, your life begins to reflect these themes. You may encounter more financial problems or find it harder to manifest wealth because your energy is in alignment with lack. However, when you shift your focus to abundance, when you start thinking about prosperity, gratitude, and the limitless possibilities the universe offers, you begin to emit a frequency aligned with abundance. The information you are sending out is now aligned with wealth, opportunity, and success. As a result, your experiences begin to shift. You start to notice opportunities for growth and abundance that you may have missed before. The universe, responding to your new energetic state, begins to align circumstances that match this higher vibration. This process is not instantaneous, but over time, with consistent practice, you will begin to notice significant changes in the people, opportunities, and events that show up in your life. The shift in energy is gradual, but it's powerful and undeniable. One of the most profound effects of shifting your energy is the way it expands your focus. As you start to meditate and shift your energetic vibration, you may notice a subtle change in how you perceive the world around you. Your focus, once limited to your current circumstances or the challenges you face, begins to expand. Instead of seeing problems, you start to see possibilities. Instead of being consumed by what's wrong in your life, you begin to notice what's right and what could be. This expanded focus is not just a mental shift, it's a perceptual one. It is a shift in how you interact with the world. As your energy changes, your perceptions begin to change, and this shift allows you to see beyond the limitations of your current situation. You begin to perceive new opportunities, connections, and pathways that were once hidden to you. This expanded focus is the gateway to a new way of living. It allows you to move beyond the narrow view of reality that has confined you and into a world of infinite possibilities. As you tune into higher frequencies, you begin to see and experience the world in a new light. Your life becomes less about reacting to circumstances and more about creating the reality you want to experience. Now, let's discuss how you can apply these principles in your own life. Shifting your energy and frequency isn't just a theoretical concept. It has practical, real-world applications that can drastically transform your life. Here are some practical steps you can take to begin shifting your energy and aligning with a higher frequency. Practice silence and meditation. The most powerful way to shift your energy is by consistently practicing silence and meditation. Set aside time each day to quiet your mind, focus on your breath, and release any negative thoughts or emotions. This practice will help you disconnect from the past and create space for a new energetic state to emerge. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Pay attention to where you are placing your focus. Are you constantly thinking about your problems, or are you focusing on solutions? The more you focus on what you want to manifest, the more energy you will direct toward it. Visualize the life you want, and align your thoughts and actions with that vision. Embrace positive emotions. Your emotions are powerful indicators of the frequency you are emitting. When you feel joy, gratitude, and love, you are vibrating at a higher frequency. Make it a practice to cultivate positive emotions, whether through gratitude exercises, affirmations, or simply enjoying the present moment. Let go of limiting beliefs. The beliefs you hold about yourself and the world directly impact your energy. If you believe that success is hard to attain or that abundance is scarce, you will continue to attract experiences that align with these beliefs. Challenge your limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering ones that align with the higher frequency you wish to embody. Surround yourself with high vibrational energy. The people and environments you surround yourself with have a significant impact on your energy. Spend time with people who uplift and inspire you. Create an environment that reflects the energy you want to cultivate. This may mean decluttering your physical space or choosing to spend time in nature. Letting go is one of the most challenging but essential steps in personal growth. In order to receive something new, you must first release what no longer serves you, whether that's old emotional patterns, limiting beliefs, or physical possessions. The truth is, holding on to the past keeps you anchored in a version of yourself that no longer aligns with your potential. The process isn't just about letting go of external things. It's about releasing the old energy patterns and emotional baggage that have shaped your behavior. By practicing silence, you not only silence the external world but also the internal noise. This practice creates space, allowing the universe to fill it with new, abundant energy. At the heart of the difficulty in letting go is fear. We fear loss, whether it's the loss of identity, comfort, or security. But, much like a tree shedding its leaves in fall, letting go is an essential part of growth. It's a shedding of outdated beliefs and attachments to make room for new beginnings. Energy patterns, formed by past experiences and emotional wounds, shape your behavior. These patterns often operate unconsciously, limiting your ability to move forward. Sitting in silence allows you to detach from these patterns. Releasing them allows your energy to return to its natural state of potential, free from limitations. When you let go of negative beliefs like, "I'm not worthy," or "success is hard," you begin to shift your energy. By consciously choosing to release these patterns, you make room for new, empowering beliefs and opportunities to emerge. The process of letting go involves both internal and external work. On an emotional level, it may involve forgiving yourself or others. Mentally, it requires challenging limiting beliefs. Physically, it may involve decluttering your environment to create space for new energy. By doing this, you signal to the universe that you are ready to receive something new. Silence is a powerful tool in this process. It provides space for reflection, enabling you to release outdated thoughts and beliefs. Silence allows you to connect with the universe and begin shifting your energy. The more you practice silence, the more you create space for new experiences and opportunities. As you practice silence and release the old, your reality begins to shift. Opportunities, relationships, and experiences aligned with your new energetic frequency will begin to appear. This transformation isn't about waiting for external circumstances to change. It's about realizing that by shifting your internal energy, you are actively shaping your reality. As you continue to let go and align with your new energy, you'll realize that you are the creator of your own reality. It's not the universe that opens the doors for you, but you. By consciously choosing to release the old, you make space for new opportunities to flow into your life. Meditate and reflect. Practice daily silence or meditation to reflect on what needs to be released. Forgive and release. Let go of past hurts, whether by forgiving others or yourself. Declutter your environment. Remove physical clutter to create mental and emotional space. Reframe limiting beliefs. Replace negative beliefs with empowering ones that align with your new reality. Trust the process. Understand that releasing the old creates room for new, abundant experiences to enter your life.